The guys are working on the sunroom again, so I will show you the progress after they leave. It's not going to be much there. They just drilled a little hole through our house to see where our floor is so they can match it up perfectly, because I think I told you yesterday we're not having a step down. And they're getting ready to, the concrete will be poured, the footers will be poured on Monday. Framing will be flooring, framing of the floor, I should say, will be Tuesday. And then they hope to get all the framing done next week. So along with the mess of the sunroom and the mess of the entryway closet, we have decided that the floors are going to get repainted. Isn't that exciting? About 6 months after we moved in, we noticed that the knot holes were coming through, like looking like you could see all the knot holes, but they were kind of light. But the ones in front of the windows where the light shines in are really dark, and I cannot stand them. Deb cannot stand them. The product that they used was not supposed to do this. So I personally don't think I should have to pay for any of it. But they are going to send the manager of the paint shop or the whatever, I don't know who's coming, in a couple weeks to look at the issue. And I don't want to do this, but it's one of these things that I know when we get the sunroom done, they have to paint that floor anyway. But I know when we get the sunroom done, we're going to go, I'm not having another mess. I'm just not. I want our house put back together. And I feel like if we just have one big disaster construction zone for several weeks, it'll just be done. And like I said, we're having the same wood floors put in the sunroom, and they're going to have to, the painter's going to come and do that floor, and then have to do the entryway because of the closet. So it's going to be bad, but I'm wrapping my head around the fact it's not going to be that bad, because I'm going to tell you how we're going to do it. And let me show you the floor. So don't look at the dirt on our floor, because remember, construction zone. But you can see this is part of the staining. And I'm okay with a little bit of that. I really am. It doesn't bother me that bad. And if this is all it was, but there's one. It literally looks like someone spilled coffee all over the floor and hasn't cleaned it up. And that drives us crazy. Deb and I both have begun to wrap our heads around it, haven't we, Deb?
I love it.
So our plan is we're going to do this like a couple rooms at a time. So what we'll do is take all of like this out, all of the kitchen stuff out. The kitchen island is staying, and he'll paint around it.
Staying?
You can stay. And then we'll just move all of this out, like maybe even this room out, and then he will work on those 3 rooms at a time, and then we'll move it back in, and then we'll move another half. I'm just hoping maybe 4 sections. We're not moving everything out. And like things like this, it's staying. They're just going to paint around it. We have really talked about this idea for months. It's something that we kept saying, I just don't want to deal with it. I really don't. But again, the mess is going to be here. And I feel like if we just don't do it at the same time, we won't do it. And then we're going to have another mess. I'd rather just have one terrible mess at one time and be done. I talked to the painter, and he said that they're going to have to basically just like rough it up a little bit, take a light piece of sandpaper and go over it, and then prime it so that those knots don't come through, and then repaint and reseal. So it's going to be quite the process of having each section done. So It's not going to be like an overnight thing. It'll be like days of one section, working on one section, letting it cure before we can move back in. But now I'm trying to figure out if I should go almost a creamy color just to hide that a little bit more. I don't know. I'm basically sick about the whole thing. I absolutely love our painted floors. I love them. I love the way they look. It makes our home just feel so cozy and so cottagey feeling, and I love them. I just can't take the knots, and I don't want to do this again. So I'm trying to figure out if I go like maybe a creamier color and it would disguise any of that. I don't know. This is what's going on in my head. So I know you all are thinking those two are nuts, but again, one thing leads to another. He is going to do the floor out there. That's going to have to be painted. And then I thought this closet here in the entryway drives me nuts more than it drives Deb nuts. It wasn't supposed to be that way. So while he's doing it, he will have to repair the floor where the walls originally were. So the floor will be repaired and have to be repainted in the entryway. So it's just like one thing rolls into another. Add the fact that we've been looking for an antique mantle for the sunroom for months. And he was talking to Deb yesterday and she said, we don't have the mantle yet and we need to get one. So I sat down today and I thought, I'm just going to scour the marketplace, and that one popped up. It's been on the marketplace for like 16 weeks and I've never once seen it. So, and I do a huge area because I'm willing to travel 4, 5, 6 hours. So we're going to go get that tomorrow, or at least go look at it. I'm heading out to do a few errands, and I opened up my car door and put my purse in here and forgot something. Oh, I forgot another thing. I shared a car air freshener last night on my feed. It is so good. Let me turn the camera around. I can't do a lot of air fresheners. I get really gives me a headache. This does not. This is what it looks like. It comes in this, you put it on your vent, but this is a metal piece and it's gold and it looks really pretty. This one smells like Fraser fir. It smells like Christmas, but not overpowering. It is so good. It just makes me so happy every time I get in the car. Again, I shared it on the feed and I wanted to share it here.
I feel I can't say, but my love is up for you any time of day.
New favorite tops for the season under $16. Thank you to Walmart for sponsoring this post. This is a drop shoulder, oversized. It's got like these little ribs, so soft, really nice oversized. It's not like